afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle basketball. I'm Wally Harmon here in the First Responder Broadcasting team alongside the one that makes it all tick, my wife, Jerry Ann Harmon, and we are live at Hendrickson High School. Georgetown basketball, District 23 play. It all comes to a head here, live at Hendrickson High School for game number 1 of the district season for both these teams. Georgetown comes in as the visitors, 11-7 on the year. The Hendrickson Hawks come in 4-13 on the season as they host your Georgetown Eagles here to open up district play. Then Georgetown gets a break. They will be on the road after Christmas on the 27th, 28th, and 29th in Fredericksburg to play in the Fredericksburg tournament that they play in annually after the Christmas break. And then we'll be back live in Georgetown at the Georgetown High School Gymnasium on New Year's Eve. The Georgetown Eagles will welcome in the Elgin Wildcats for the second district game of the season, and then it is all district all the way from there. Starting on January 3rd, Georgetown on typically every Tuesday and Friday will play district play. The January 7th date, that Tuesday, is an open date for Georgetown, and on January 31st, they will not play on that Friday. But other than that, Tuesdays and Fridays will bring you all the action live here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting. And it's all made possible thanks to the generous sponsorship of Mack Hike Ford Lincoln in Georgetown and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They bring you everything Georgetown Eagle basketball and here on the SHN Sports Network. Georgetown are back here in the friendly confines of the Central Texas area. They finished third in the Glen Rose tournament this year. They were back-to-back champions of previous 2 years, and then they ran into Liberty Hill in the semifinals and lost 37-34, a tight 3-point loss and a defensive battle it was, as I spoke to Coach Canfield earlier during the JV game. And so back and forth, they did a great job of controlling the kick-out offense that feeds off of their defense for Liberty Hill. And it was down to a one-possession ball game, a couple of opportunities, missed shots, and then the final play to put it in for Georgetown, unable to get up a good shot for Georgetown. And so they fall in that one, go to the championship game, and are victorious in overtime against Lubbock Christian. Georgetown comes in, head coach David Canfield, 11-7 on the year. They'll be in the road black uniforms, EFND and capital block print lettering in gray on the front of the black uniform tops, on top of the gray numerals on the front and back of those black jerseys, and the black shorts with dark blue, Georgetown blue accents on the sides and sleeves. Georgetown, a change in the roster today is number 20, Cooper Ray. He will be wearing number 30. And so he will be number 30 as you see him when he checks in, Cooper Ray wearing number 30 for today's ball game. The Hendrickson Hawks here in Pflugerville ISD in Pflugerville, Texas, just off 130 at Kelly Lane. Come in head coach Keenan Dvorak. Assistant coaches Seth Cross, Mel Sipp, and Jeff Trevelyan. They come in averaging 47.7 points per game and allowing 54.3 points per game. On the home floor, they are 2-5 on the year, so they would love to try to right that ship a little bit here at home. But Georgetown on the road, 2-2 on the year. They'd love to get back above 500 on the road. The Hendrickson Hawks starting lineup as selected by head coach Keenan Dvorak. At point guard, a 5'9 sophomore, number 0, DJ Harge. At guard, a 5'7 senior, number 3, Trey Williams. At guard forward, a 6'2 junior, number 4, Jace Gregory. At guard, a 5'10 junior, number 5, Tristan Thomas. And the man down low, the 6'5 sophomore, number 32, Adarius Hines. So it'll be Harge, Williams, Gregory, Thomas, and Hines to start things out for the Hendrickson Hawks. Manager for the Hawks is Cash Edgar, as they are here in District 23. This year's district makeup, Eastview, Conley, Elgin, Georgetown, Pflugerville, Weiss, and Henderson. Bastrop and Cedar Creek have moved to District 24, I believe it was, with the Austin schools. And so Weiss has come in after they dropped down from 6A down to 5A this season, and so they add in. And so only 7 schools in the district, so a couple of nights off through the rotation for all the schools in district play. The only other action in District 23 today is Conley on the road taking on the Eastview Patriots over in Georgetown. Eastview sits at the top of the district 13-5 on the season. Conley at 12-7 in second place, with Elgin right behind him at 8-5. Georgetown 11-7. Pflugerville 10-7. Weiss at 8-10, and Hendrickson at 4-13. Head coach for Georgetown, David Canfield. Assistant coaches, Peter Stackman, Kyle Gandy, and Robert Havens. The starting lineup for your Georgetown Eagles as selected by head coach David Canfield. At guard, the 6'1 senior number 2, Q Presley. At guard, a 6-foot junior number 11, Nick Hansen. At wing, a 6'3 senior number 23, Davin Sedgwick. At wing, the 6'6 senior number 25, Ryan Dupre. And the man down low, the 6'9 senior number 44, Evan Mayhew. So the Eagles respond with Presley, Hansen, Sedgwick, Dupre, and Mayhew. Is there a change in the Georgetown roster? There is an addition. Finally cleared through all the UIL legalities and clearances. Lucas Lyle, the 6'2 senior forward, wears number 33, has joined the Eagles. He is eligible to play, and so he will be here throughout the rest of the season for Georgetown. So Georgetown and Hendrickson get ready to do battle in their head-to-head matchup. Georgetown leads the series 5-3. Georgetown is currently on a 3-game win streak over the Hendrickson Hawks. Georgetown comes into the ball game averaging 52.8 points per night, allowing 50.6 on the defensive side of the ball. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get ready to bring you the national anthems and get ready for today's ball game. Georgetown Eagle basketball, presented by Mack Hike Dodge and Mack Hike Ford of Georgetown, returns in just a moment. Here live at Hendrickson High School for today's ball game between your Georgetown Eagles and the Hendrickson Hawks. Players to pay attention to: Trey Williams, a senior here for these Hendrickson Hawks. He is a good ball player. And in the sophomore, watch out for DJ Hart. He will light it up from anywhere on the floor. Not afraid to take his shot, and a good shooter. He is athletic young man in the 5'9 sophomore in DJ Hart. So remember that name today, along with Trey Williams. And you'll hear Tristan Thomas a lot, one of the juniors here. Look at the big man, though, a big sophomore down low, Adarius Hines, to battle against Evan Mayhew. A 4-inch difference there as the 6'5 Hines will take on the 6'9 Evan Mayhew. We'll get ready to go to maybe the public address announcer. Maybe we won't. The 3-man officiating crew going over the final check marks in the scorebooks here at Hendrickson High School as they get ready to go. And it looks like we're going to go straight from here. So we'll go to it. Georgetown comes out, the all-black uniforms. Hendrickson in the home whites. White shorts, white jersey tops, navy blue numerals on the back and front, with Hawks in capital block print lettering across the front of the white jerseys, outlined in blue on the jersey tops and bottoms for the Hendrickson Hawks. Georgetown, the road blacks, ready to go. Evan Mayhew heads to the center circle to jump it off for Georgetown. Here to start the ball game. Georgetown will go right to left across your radio dial if you want to imagine it in your mind's eye view if you're unable to watch the video. Evan Mayhew will jump against the shorter Trey Williams, the 5'7", They'll give it to Mayhew as they drop back defensively. And Mayhew knocks it free, but it was off timing. They're going to have to jump it again as no one touched it. And so they'll throw it back up here in the middle between Mayhew and Trey Williams. The ball tossed up in the middle. And Evan Mayhew will tip it back to Nick Hansen, and Georgetown has the opening possession. Skip it over to Q Presley across the timeline, left side, back to Hansen, right side, and Georgetown starts the offense here early on in the ball game. Fire first 15 seconds. Hansen and Q Presley now up top. Presley left wing to Dupre. He'll quick fire a three from the left wing, and it's up and in. Ryan Dupre wastes no time, knocking down the three-point bucket, and starts the scoring for Georgetown here in the first quarter, 3-0 for the Eagles. Harge off a high screen, top of the key, drives down, and Mayhew will send that one out of bounds. The block shot there, and the Hawks will inbound with 7:25 remaining underneath their own bucket. Trey Williams to inbound. Quick substitution here. Ryan Dupre comes out walking gingerly for Georgetown. So Jaheim Dowd checks in for the Eagles, replacing Dupre. Jaheim, the 6'2 senior guard, number 21 in the roster. Williams to inbound, and not going to get it in time. A turnover on the Hawks. 5-second violation. Great defense there by Georgetown. And the ball will go back over to Georgetown with 7:25 remaining. Sedgwick inbounds to Q Presley. He'll throw it over to Nick Hansen, who'll bring it across the timeline. Right side for Georgetown. Back to Presley, left side. Top of the key, calls out the offense. Left side to Dowd. Dowd will hold on the wing, extended. Dribble towards the top, skip it over to Presley, right wing. He'll deep fire a deep three. It's up. It's good! Q Presley knocks down his first shot, and it's a 6-0 lead for Georgetown to open up the ball game. Left wing, Thomas has it there, covered by Hansen. Up top to Williams. 6:50 remaining. Williams off a high screen from Hines will fire a three. He'll knock it down. Nice shot there by Trey Williams as he answers with the three of his own. And it's a 6-3 ball game. Georgetown by 3, 6:40 remaining. Dowd back up to Presley near midcourt, center of the floor. Man-to-man defense here for the Hawks. Presley will dribble towards the right side. Give it off to Nick Hansen on the right wing. Here comes the double team. Dribbles out of it, goes baseline to Dowd. Dowd will hold there, back to Hansen. The Eagles will back it out and reset, call an offense, and Q Presley will go get it near midcourt. Dribbles left wing. Keeps the dribble alive, looks down low, gets it to Mayhew on the left block extended. Backdoor cut, knocked free and stolen by the Hendrickson Hawks. Hines comes away with it. He'll give it off to Trey Williams, and the Hawks have it with 6:05 remaining. As Williams will bring it across the timeline. Near side, looks to dribble drive all the way down. The runner up off the backboard, too strong. Evan Mayhew gets the rebound for Georgetown to Presley, and he'll push across the timeline, behind the back dribble, across off a high screen to the right wing. Backs it out, up top to Dowd. Dowd will hold there. Dowd will push a man through, dribble towards the right wing, spin into the middle lane, goes all the way in, ball knocked free, and it's off a leg, out of bounds. And it went off the leg of Jace Gregory. It'll be Georgetown ball with 5:41 remaining. Georgetown to inbound on the near sideline, down by the Hawk bench. 5:41 remaining here in the first quarter. 6-3, Georgetown the early lead. Presley inbounds to Sedgwick, back to Presley. Left baseline three, fired up, off the rim, no good. Mayhew tips the rebound free, and Williams away with it for Hendrickson. He'll push it all the way in. The ball tip free, he'll get it back and give it off to Thomas. Thomas will hold there and reset. Looks for the high screen from Hines and gets it. Now kicks it left wing. Harge has it there, up top to Gregory. He'll quick fire a three. It's up, no good. Rebound taken away by Nick Hansen for Georgetown with 5:15 remaining. Across the timeline, right wing to Presley, drives the baseline. Tries to go in, but they're going to call the traveling violation. Good defense by DJ Harge, and the ball turned over to the Hawks. 5:12 remaining here in the first quarter. 6-3, your early score. Georgetown with a 3-point lead, thanks to back-to-back three-pointers by Ryan Dupre and Q Presley. Gregory to inbound, gets it into Harge, pressured by Dowd, knocked out from behind. He'll save it, and it's right to Sedgwick. The layup can't get it to go. Rebound by Harge, and here come the Hawks. Good pressure by Dowd and Sedgwick, but can't get the bucket. Harge dribbles towards the right wing, kicks it out. Williams now up top to Hines. He'll take a three from straight on, and he'll knock it down. Darius Williams knocks down a three of his own, and we're tied. Darius Hines, I apologize. And it's a 6-6 ball game. Dowd in the middle of the lane will kick it up top to Hansen. 4:40 remaining first quarter. Presley on the right baseline. Looks down low and gets it to Mayhew on the right block extended. He'll spin in the middle lane. The double team has to kick it out. Sedgwick back to Hanson, left wing. Into the hands of Dowd. Back down to Mayhew. Ball tipped out from behind by Hines. And the Hawks come away with it. Harge will bring it across the timeline. 4:20 remaining. As he dribbles against Sedgwick. Off a high screen from Hines. Stop. Pop an NBA three. And it's off the rim. No good to the right side. Rebound by Dowd. Here comes Georgetown with 4:12 remaining across the timeline. Dowd dribbles on Gregory. Drives all the way in. The runner by Dowd. Up and in. Jaheim Dowd, his first bucket of the ball game. And the Georgetown Eagles take the 8-6 lead. Harge has it. Bringing it up against pressure from Jaheim Dowd across the timeline. He'll dribble up top. Backdoor cut by Gregory. Drops it to Hines. His layup gets it to go. And that'll even it back up. Hines back-to-back buckets now with 5. And it's an 8-8 score with 3:45 remaining. Hanson will push it across the timeline. Right side now to Dowd left side. Into the hands of Q Presley, looking low. He'll look to dribble to drive the baseline. Does. Up. Reverse layup. Good. Q Presley. Nice take. All the way to the hoop. No one cut him off. And he'll get it to go. Q now with 5 in the ball game. The Georgetown Eagles lead 10-8. But quickly back down. Treviston Thomas will lay it up and in and even it back up at 10 apiece. Look down and they'll make you pay for it. Nick Hanson across the timeline with 3:15 remaining first quarter. Tied up 10-10. Harge will reach in and try to steal it. Knocks it free, but it goes out of bounds. And here comes the first substitutions for Georgetown. Checking in. Ryan Dupre will come back in for Nick Hanson. Sedgwick will check out, and Evan Mayhew will check out as Isaiah Capers checks in for Georgetown. First sub in here for the Hawks will be number 23. That is Derek Spears the second. He'll check in for Hines. Q in the backcourt will bring it across the timeline against Williams to the left side. Reverse dribble and back it out. Restart. 3 minutes left as Dupre has it left wing. Looks to dribble, drive, does. Cut off. Spin, skip pass over to Q. Right baseline three fired. It's short off the rim. Presley will get his own rebound in the corner. Back it out. Try to reset. Throws it off the man. Spears will save it into Gregory. And here come the Hawks. 2:45 remaining. Harge across the timeline. Dribbles right wing. Bottled up now. Gets out of it to the free throw line. Will back out. No one picks him up. Fire the three. It's up. It's good. First lead for the Hendrickson Hawks as Harge knocks down his first three. And 13-10. Hendrickson leads it with 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Presley dribbles against Williams. Now over left side to Lyle. Lyle dribbles up top, left wing. Capers down to Dupre. Left block. He'll body up and draw the foul on Jace Gregory. That'll be his first personal foul. First team foul on the Hawks. Georgetown inbound on the baseline with 2:17 remaining first quarter, trailing by 3. Presley to inbound, does to Capers on the left side. Capers back to Presley, loses it, gets it back. He'll slow it down, back up top with 2:10 remaining. Covered by Spears. Presley dribbles down, spins into the lane to the left elbow, now backs it back out. Over to Dowd, into the hands of Lyle on the baseline. Dribbles, dops it into Dupre. He'll go up with it, but a foul whistled on the floor. And that'll be the second Hawk foul. This one whistled on Harge. That'll be his first personal foul. Second team foul on the Hawks, and with 1:59 remaining. Adrian Brown will check in for Georgetown for Jaheim Dowd. Adrian Brown, the 5'10 senior. Where's number 1? Will inbound for Georgetown with 1:59 remaining, trailing by 3. Underneath their own bucket. Far side of the baseline. Brown to inbound. Gets it in. Capers on the baseline. Up top to Lyle. He'll take a three. It's on the way. Good! Lucas Lyle's first shot of the season, and he drains the three ball. 13-13. Georgetown evens it back up. Harge across the timeline, right side against Adrian Brown. They'll whistle the pushing foul on Brown. And that'll be Adrian's first personal. Team first for Georgetown. Tied up at 13 apiece here in the first quarter with 1:46 remaining. Williams will back up. Inbounds it into the corner to Harge. Picks up the dribble, back up to Williams. 1:40 remaining. Trey Williams holds against Q Presley. Skip it over to Gregory on the left wing. Into the free throw lane to Spears. Has the cutters, turns, tries to give it off. Still by Q Presley. And then stolen back by Thomas. Thomas, top of the key, kick it out. Williams fires a left wing three. It's in. He rattles it in a quick timeout by Coach Dvorak of Hendrickson as they take a 3-point lead, 16-13 on the Trey Williams three. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball continues in just a moment. Back out of the timeout. Georgetown will inbound. On the floor for Georgetown will be Isaiah Capers. Alongside Nick Hansen, Ryan Dupre, Lucas Lau, and Adrian Brown. The referee gives them enough time that now the Hawks have changed their defense and come with a full court press. Capers to inbound for the Eagles. He'll get it into Nick Hansen. They'll fall back, and Hansen will dribble it up. Across the timeline, picked up by Williams. 1:15 remaining, over to Brown, right wing. Looks to dribble, drive, and does. Will draw the foul on Harge on the hand check. And that'll be DJ Harge's second personal foul, third team foul on the Hawks. Georgetown inbound on the far sideline with 1:13 remaining, trailing by 3, 16-13. Dupre to inbound. We'll throw it into the backcourt to Nick Hansen, who will bring it up for the Eagles. Hansen, right wing, into the hands of Brown. He'll hold there. Looks in. Now he'll dribble towards the top and give it off to Lucas Lau. 58 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Lau left wing to Capers. He'll look low, gets it down to Dupre on the left block extended, into the middle lane, stops, reverse dribble, layup. Ryan Dupre gets the bucket. He now has 5 in the ballgame. The Eagles trail by 1, 15-16. 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Trey Williams will walk it up for the Hawks across the timeline with 33 seconds remaining. Kicks it over. Gregory has it left wing, up to Spears, top of the key. He'll spin with it. Goes right wing to Thomas. Thomas looks for the cutter. Can't get it to him. Now up top, Spears. Spears covered by Lau. Reverses. Kicks it over to Williams on the left side. Off a screen. Kicks it out. Tristan Thomas right wing. 13 seconds remaining as Thomas will back it out. Give it to Williams far side. And with 8 seconds remaining, he'll call out a new offense. 6 seconds. Williams will dribble. NBA 3. Steph Curry fires it. Can't get it to go. Rebound Dupre. Dupre will throw a three-quarter court shot up, and it's off the mark, no good. And the first quarter comes to an end. 16-15, Hendrickson leads it after 1. Georgetown Eagle basketball presented by Mack Hike Ford Lincoln and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will return for quarter number 2 in just a moment. Back here at Hendrickson High School, we go to quarter number 2. Hendrickson 16, Georgetown 15 after 1. On the floor, new sub for the Hawks out of the break will be number 11, Julian Esparza, the senior, 5'10". Guard checks in for DJ Harge, who checks out with 2 fouls. Georgetown will have Q Presley, Adrian Brown, Ryan Dupre, Nick Hansen, and Evan Mayhew on the floor, the 5 starters. For the 5 starters on the floor for the Hawks, Esparza, the lone sub, in for DJ Harge. As we start quarter number 2, Thomas has it, right wing. He'll throw it up top to Esparza. Esparza holds there with 7:45 remaining first half. Calls out the offense from head coach Dvorak. Dribbles to the near side. Q Presley on him, up top to Hines. Thinks about the 3, left wing to Williams. Williams will come off a screen. Now back left wing to Gregory. Over to Esparza, right wing. Dribbles in. Euro step. Middle lane. Kicks it out. Thomas on the left baseline. Into Gregory. Middle of the lane. Little baby jumper, and it's up and good. For Jace Gregory, his first points of the ball game. The lead back to 3. 18-15. Dupre on the right wing. Fake. Drives in. Layup good by Ryan Dupre. He now has 7 in the ball game. The lead cut right back to 1, 18-17. It's Trey Williams will bring it across the timeline. Up top to Hines. 6:55 remaining. Hines goes to drive and travels with it. Turnover on the Hawks. As Gregory will check out, Spears back in for the Hawks. And a turnover on the traveling violation by Hines gives it right back to Georgetown. Inbound into Nick Hansen in the backcourt. Hansen will bring it up, covered by Esparza across the timeline. Right wing into the hands of Dupre. Right baseline to Presley. Goes down low to Mayhew in the right block. Spins in the middle of the lane around Hines. A little left-handed jumper up and good. And Georgetown takes the lead back. 19-18 on Evan Mayhew's first bucket of the ball game. Williams across the timeline. 6:25 remaining. On top of the key to Hines. His pass picked off by Q Presley. He'll have a breakaway here. Run down by Thomas. Not in time. Layup Q Presley. 3-point lead for Georgetown as Q knocks down his 7th point of the ball game. And that'll draw a timeout with 6:18 remaining first half by head coach Dvorak of Hendrickson. We'll take it with him. Georgetown basketball will continue in just a moment. Out of the 30-second timeout for the Hawks. 6:18 remaining in the first half. 21-18, Georgetown the 3-point lead. Trey Williams across the timeline. Goes up top to Hines. Hines holds there. Back to Williams, right wing. Off the high screen, Williams top of the key. Kick it out. Spears left baseline. He'll take a shot. It's a three-pointer off the mark. Hines with a backside rebound. Spins in the lane. Now goes baseline. Loses his footing. Goes down. The shot no good. Mayhew with it. Here comes Presley to the left wing. Q will stop there and back it out with 5:45 remaining. Looks low. Skip pass. Hansen right baseline. Fakes the three. Pull-up jumper is good, but they'll wave it off. Call a traveling violation there on Nick Hansen. And a turnover back to the Hawks. 5:43 remaining. Hawks will inbound on the far side. 5:43 remaining first half. 21-18. Georgetown leads it by 3. Trey Williams will bring it up for the Hawks across the timeline. Near side in the hands of Esparza. Julian holds there. Looks for a high screen from Hines. Now he'll dribble there. Now up top to Hines. Swing it left side in the hands of Thomas. Off the high screen. Top of the key. And there's a foul on Hines as he rolled off the screen and ran over Nick Hansen. Sent Nick flying. And that'll be Hines' first personal foul. First team foul on the Hawks here in the second quarter. Substitution here for the Hawks will be a 6'7" senior, number 35, Avery Green. He'll check in for Hines. Dupre will give it off to Presley. 5:15 remaining first half. Presley, right wing to the top of the key. Backs it out into Evan Mayhew at the free throw line. He'll drive down, kick it out, but he's going to draw the foul on the Hawks. That'll be on number 35, Avery Green. On the holding foul there, that'll be Green's first personal. Second team foul on the Hawks here in the quarter. Nick Hansen inbound for Georgetown. Underneath their own bucket into Presley to Brown. Left wing into the hands of Dupre. Alley-oop down to Presley. He'll get it, put it up and in as he brought it down and tucked up and under. And Q Presley will get the bucket. He now has 9, and Georgetown by 5, 23-18. 4:50 remaining as Trey Williams crosses the midcourt stripe, dribbles right wing, covered by Presley. Off a screen from Green to the free throw line, drops it off of Esparza right outside the three-point line, looking for a screen, will get it. Off the screen to the free throw line, kick it out. Spears now over to Thomas, looking for a man to come through on the baseline. Thomas off the screen from Spears. Gives it off to Esparza. He'll fire a left baseline three. It's off the mark. No good. Spears with the rebound. Forces it up. Can't get it to go. And Mayhew tips it out to Nick Hansen for Georgetown. 4:20 remaining as Hansen crosses the midcourt stripe. Up top to Dupre. He'll take a deep straight on three. It's up. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound Esparza. Here come the Hawks. Esparza through traffic all the way in, but it's knocked off his knee. Out of bounds. but they'll call it out of bounds off Georgetown. So the Hawks will inbound with 4:10 remaining, trailing by 5, 23-18. Georgetown leads it. Trey Williams to inbound for the Hawks on his own baseline. Gets it in. Spears in the lane. Forces one up. No good. Presley with a rebound. But as he falls to the ground, they're going to call a traveling violation on Presley. So it'll go right back over to the Hawks. Substitution here. Number 2, the 5'9" sophomore, Ryan Longoria, will check in for the Hendrickson Hawks. There they go. Tristan Thomas will check out. I was waiting for somebody to come off the floor. Williams to inbound, does to Stevenson, or to Spears. Back out. Longoria will fire a right wing three. It's off the mark, no good. Spears rebound, ripped out by Dupre, but into the hands of Trey Williams. Into Spears' left block. Euro step around to Evan Mayhew and lays it up and in. Spears with his first bucket of the ball game. 23-20, Georgetown by 3. 3:45 remaining. Ball stripped by Trey Williams from Q Presley. He'll go up, lay it up and in, and the lead down to 1. Williams now with 8. Inbound to Brown in the corner, covered by Esparza. Adrian Brown will dribble it up, behind the back dribble across the timeline. 3.5 minutes remaining. Still knocked free from Brown into the hands of Trey Williams. He'll drive down, lay it up and in, and a 6-0 run puts the Hawks back up by 1, 24-23. Dupre will bring it up for Georgetown this time. Behind the back dribble, middle of the lane. He'll take it all the way in. The runner up, no good. Rebound by Evan Mayhew. The putback good. Mayhew now with 4 points in the ballgame, and Georgetown leads it again by 1. 25-24, 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Trey Williams will slow it down and walk it up for the Hawks. Goes left side. Now back right side off a screen. Williams will look to drive in. The floater blocked by Dupre. It'll be knocked out of bounds. It'll be Georgetown's ball. It went off at Trey Williams out of bounds. So Georgetown will get it back with 2:45 remaining. Adrian Brown, Nick Hansel will check out as Dowd and Sedgwick check back in for Georgetown. And another sub here for the Hawks will be number 24, the 6'2 senior, Kevin Brett-Fellion. Spears will check out as Brett-Fellion in for the first time in the ball game. Inbound from Dupre to Q Presley. And Q will bring it up for the Eagles, leading it 25-24 over the Hendrickson Hawks. Presley across the timeline will give it off to Dupre. Right wing to Sedgwick, into the hands of Dowd. Dowd will hold there. Now back up top to Dupre, reset with 2:25 remaining. Here in the first half, Dupre, right wing, into the hands of Dowd. Looks low, now to Presley, right wing, fakes the three. He'll back it out. Look low, pull, stop, fire the three, good. Q Presley knocks down another one. He now has 12 in the ball game, and Georgetown back out to a 4-point lead, 28-24. 2:05 remaining as Trey Williams brings it across for the Hawks. Up top to Brett-Fellion. Left wing, Esparza has it. Up top to Green. Swing it around, right wing. Longoria has it. Up top to Green. Swing it around, Trey Williams left wing, off a screen to the free throw line. Stop, fires the jumper. It's up, no good. Rebound Dupre for Georgetown. 1:45 remaining as Dupre will push it across the timeline for Georgetown. Top of the key, he'll drive all the way in. Right block runner up off the glass, no good, but he gets his own rebound. Spins, goes baseline, reverse, up, good. Ryan Dupre, nice strong take on his own miss, and he'll get the bucket. The lead back to 6 for Georgetown. 30-24. Esparza right wing with 1:25 remaining as Dupre now has 9 in the ball game. Esparza right wing, covered by Dowd, looks for a screen, gets it from Green, and there's an illegal screen by Green. That'll be his second foul, third team foul on the Hawks. DJ Harge will check back in with the 2 fouls for Hendrickson with 1:17 remaining, and Trey Williams will take a break for the Hawks. But Coach David Canfield of Georgetown will take a timeout with 1:17 remaining here in the first half. We'll take it with him. 30-24, Georgetown leads it. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Georgetown inbound in front of their own bench. Sedgwick, Dowd, Dupre, Mayhew, and Q Presley on the floor. Presley across the timeline. 1:10 remaining first half. Gives it off to Dupre. Right wing into the hands of Sedgwick. Backdoor cut to Dupre. Right block. Fakes his man up. He flies by, and Dupre knocks it down. He now has 11. And Georgetown leads by 8, 32-24. DJ Harge has it in the backcourt. He'll cross the timeline. 52 seconds remaining. He dribbles left wing. Here comes the double team. Gives it off to a cutting Esparza. But a foul whistled on the floor. They'll get Jaheim Dowd. That'll be his first personal foul. First team foul on Georgetown here in the second quarter. The Hawks will inbound on the far sideline with 49.57 seconds remaining in the first half. Harge to inbound. He'll get it into Esparza out near midcourt. Esparza will dribble back towards the top of the key. Now to the near side. Picked up by Dowd with 42 seconds remaining. Drives all the way in. Up around Mayhew. Can't get it to go. Mayhew with the rebound. He'll give it off to Dowd, ahead to Dupre across the timeline, 35 seconds. And Georgetown will slow it down with the 8-point lead and look for one final shot here in the first half. Harge will jump out on Dupre to get the count. Ball knocked free, but Dupre will go to Dowd on the right side. 20 seconds remaining in the half. He'll give it off to Q Presley, and the Eagles will get set up here for Q Presley to handle. The final offensive set for Georgetown. Dribbles to the left wing, skip past Dowd, open right wing, up top Mayhew. Over to Dupre, left baseline, fakes the three, drives in. He's going to be fouled, and he'll be on the floor. They'll be whistled on Brett Fellion. That'll be his first foul, fourth team foul on the Hawks. And Georgetown will inbound. 4.93 seconds remaining here in the first half. Q Presley to inbound. Throws it up top. Dupre wide open. Fires the three. Off the mark. No good. Dowd, the backside rebound. Forces it up. Can't get it to go as the buzzer sounds. And the first half comes to an end. 32-24. Georgetown leads it by 8 at the half. We'll take a timeout. We come back. Some stats in the third quarter. Georgetown basketball continues in just a moment. We come back to the second half. The Eagle fight song in the background. Georgetown leads it by 8, 32-24 at the half over Hendrickson here at Hendrickson High School in the season opener of district play in District 23. Hendrickson in the first half shot 50% from the 2-point field goal range, 6 of 12, 4 of 9 from behind the arc, 48% overall from the field for Hendrickson. 8 turnovers, 6 rebounds, 3 offensive, 3 defensive rebounds. Georgetown in the first half shot 71% from the 2-point field goals, 10 of 14, 4 from 8 behind the arc, 64% from the field, 14 of 22. They had 12 rebounds on 9 turnovers in the first half. Georgetown will inbound it to start the third quarter. As we go live, Q Presley on the floor. Starting 5 on the floor for both teams. Sedgwick, left wing to Presley. Back up top, Sedgwick. As Georgetown has the opening possession. It is not the starters for the Hawks. We'll get those in a minute. Q Presley will reset, right wing to Dupre. Here comes a double team. Skip to Presley, left wing. He's open, fires the 3. Good! Q Presley knocks down another one. He now has 15 in the ball game. Georgetown leads it by 11, 35-24, 7:25 remaining third quarter. Tristan Thomas on the floor with Esparza, Harge, Spears, and Hines for the Hawks. Thomas has it across the timeline, right side, right baseline to Hines. He'll fire a corner 3. It's up, no good. Rebound by Devin Sedgwick, gives it off to Dupre, and here comes Georgetown. Ahead to Presley, but he'll slow it back down in the backcourt and bring it back across right side to Dupre. 7:05 remaining, third quarter. Sedgwick up top, looks in, gets it to Mayhew. Backdoor cut by Presley. The ball's knocked free. Nice defense there by Julian Esparza. And Georgetown will have to inbound on their own baseline with 6:58 remaining. 35-24, the 11-point lead for Georgetown, the largest of the ball game. To tuck in the jerseys here between Thomas and Spears for the Hawks. And now Presley will inbound. Q leads all scores with 15 in the ball game, 11 for Dupre. Inbounds to Sedgwick, up top, Hansen over to Dupre on the right side. Alley-oop, backdoor, Sedgwick can't get it to go, but Presley got the rebound, and he'll be fouled on the putback. And they'll call the foul on Spears. Sedgwick had a chance at the alley-oop from Dupre, but couldn't get it down. But that will send Q Presley to the free throw line. The foul is whistled on Spears for the Hawks. That's his first, team first. And the first free throw of the ball game for either team comes with 6:50 remaining as Q Presley knocks it down. Trey Williams will check back in for Hendrickson. Tristan Thomas will check out for Hendrickson. Q Presley with one more free throw to come. Free throw in and out, no good. Rebound Hines for the Hawks. 6:45 remaining as Harge will bring it across the timeline, near side for Hendrickson. He'll push Esparza through and dribble to the left wing. Looks for the high screen, gets it from Spears to the free throw line. Up top, Hines. Right wing, Esparza has it off the screen. Up top, backdoor cut to Hines. Ball free on the ground. Hines shot blocked by Mayhew, and he gets it. But his kick out is taken away. And that's dumped from Williams to Hines, and he'll lay it up and in. So the outlet pass for Mayhew is stolen away. And Hines gets his 7th point of the ball game. And the lead back down to 10 now for Georgetown. Backdoor cut by Dupre. He'll dump it over to Mayhew, left block, goes up. Can't get it to go, but he'll draw the foul on Spears, and that'll send Evan Mayhew to the free throw line. 6:05 remaining. Spears picks up his second personal, second team foul for the Hawks. Here in the third quarter, 10-point lead for Georgetown as Evan Mayhew goes to the free throw line. He had 4 points in the first half. First free throw off the iron, no good. Mayhew's second free throw off the iron, no good. Rebound Hines for Hendrickson. He'll get it off to DJ Harge. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. To the left wing, Harge looks off a screen, spins to the baseline, tries to go up and under, does. Reverse shot up and in. Nice acrobatic shot there by DJ Harge. He now has 5 in the ball game. The lead down to 8 for Georgetown, 36-28. Left wing, Presley has it from Dupre. Looks to dribble drive on Esparza, does. Runner strip free from Presley into the hands of Spears, and here come the Hawks. Esparza right wing. Dribbles into the free throw line, skip it out. Trey Williams left wing, fakes a man through. Off to Esparza, left wing 3, up and good. And the lead cut to 5 on Julian Esparza's first points of the ball game. Knocks down the big three there. 36-31. Hansen down low to Mayhew on the left block. He'll spin on Hines towards the baseline. Kick it up top to Hansen. The Eagles will reset with 5 minutes left. Hansen right wing left open. Fires the three. No good. Rebound by Esparza for the Hawks. Kick it ahead to Harge across the timeline. Left wing into the lane. Free throw line. Stops. Left elbow extended. Jumper. Good. 36-33. Down to a 3-point lead for Georgetown. As Harge knocks down his 7th point of the ball game. Hansen across the timeline. Right wing to Presley. He'll spin on Esparza to the baseline. Cut off there. Kicks it back up to Sedgwick. Out to Mayhew. Off to Presley. Gets a screen. Fires a three. Off the mark. No good. Long rebound. Let go. And it goes out of bounds off of Georgetown. And the Hawks will have it with 4:28 remaining third quarter. They only trail by 3. We're down by 11. Just a few minutes ago. A run here for the Hawks. Williams has it right wing. Off a screen. Dribbles in. The one-legged floater blocked by Dupre. Esparza has it. Now to Harge. Left side picked up by Presley. Up top to Hines. Hines back to Harge. Left wing, left open. Deep three on the way. Off the iron. No good. Rebound tipped out. Sedgwick runs it down for Georgetown. Gives it off to Hansen. To Mayhew. Back to Sedgwick. Kicks it ahead. Presley on the left side. Looks to drive in. Does. Spins baseline. Goes up strong and gets it to go. Nice take there by Q. Presley. He knocks down the bucket. Georgetown back up by 5. 38-33, 3:45 remaining. Williams across the timeline to the right wing. Off a screen from Hines. Gives it off to Spears. Left wing to Julian Esparza. He'll get the screen, dribbles into the lane. Kicks it out. Harge right wing, fakes the three to the baseline. The jumper up and good. DJ Harge knocks down another one for the Hawks. The lead back to 3, 38-35. Harge quickly with 9 in the ball game now with 6 here in the third quarter. Dupre drives baseline. Out of it. Step back jumper. No good. Rebound by Harge. Skip pass ahead to Trey Williams streaking down the floor, but he'll back it out and reset with 3:10 remaining. Williams back to Harge. With 3:05 remaining. Harge to the left wing. Looks for a high screen. Gets it. Doubled up there. Tries to dribble out of pressure into the lane. Goes up and under. Drops it to Spears. Layup good. Down to a 1-point lead for Georgetown, and a quick timeout by head coach David Canfield. Spears gets the bucket. The Hawks trail by 1. Quick timeout with 2:56 remaining in the third quarter. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Out of the quick timeout, Georgetown will inbound. Cooper Ray checks in along with Adrian Brown and Jaheim Dowd. They're joined on the floor by Ryan Dupre and Q Presley. Dupre across the timeline, right wing to Brown. Dribbles against Longoria, who's checked in for the Hawks. Up top to Dowd. Dowd left wing into the hands of Cooper Ray. Down low to Dupre, but there's the foul on Spears on the hold. Had the right arm around the waist of Dupre. That'll be Spears' third personal foul, third team foul on the Hawks. He's picked up all 3 fouls here in the third quarter. And Georgetown will inbound with 2:37 remaining on their own baseline. Q Presley to inbound for Georgetown. Backdoor cut to Dupre, stolen away by Hart. Skip pass ahead to cutting Longoria. He'll go up, travel, no call. Longoria gets the layup, and the Hawks take the lead, 39-38. Q Presley left wing, up top to Dowd. Dowd on the runner, no foul called. The miss into the hands of Thomas. Skip it ahead. Longoria breaks out, lays it up and in. And another quick timeout by Coach Canfield, and he wants a full one. 41-38. Georgetown trails by 3 on back-to-back breakaway buckets by Longoria. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. .210 remaining here in the third quarter. Georgetown trails by 3, 41-38. Here in the third quarter, the Hawks have outscored Georgetown 17-8 in the quarter. 17-6. Cooper Ray on the baseline, down low to Dupre, left block, spins, kicks it out. Presley fakes the three, kicks it out. Now a traveling violation called here. No, a foul called on the floor by Tristan Thomas. That's his first, team fourth on the Hawks. So Georgetown will inbound on their own baseline with 1:56 remaining. So Presley trying to drive, but Thomas whistled for the pushing foul. Presley to inbound, does to Adrian Brown. He'll dribble up towards the wing. Up top to Dowd. Dowd holds there against Longoria. Now to Presley, right wing. Up top, Ray has it. Over to Dowd on the left baseline. Down low to Dupre on the left block. He'll spin on Spears, kicks it out, Ray, and there's a foul whistled on Spears. And that will be Spears' fourth personal foul, all four here in the third quarter, and the 15th foul. So that'll send Ryan Dupre to the free throw line. And there we go. The people yelling at the officials. It's 5 team fouls, so Georgetown in the bonus with 1:40 remaining here in the quarter. So Ryan Dupre to the free throw line for the first time of the ball game as a team. Georgetown 1 of 4. All here in the third quarter. Dupre ready, the dribble. The free throw on the way for Ryan off the back iron, no good. Georgetown has gone cold, and the defense from the Hawks has picked up as they've gone on this run here in the third quarter. Dupre ready to go for the second free throw. It's on the way and good. Dupre now with 12 in the ball game. 41-39, the Hawks by 2. Harge across the timeline, right side. A minute and a half left here in the third quarter off a screen from Green. Harge looks for Green, gets it to him right side. Back out to Harge up top. Gregory gives it off to Longoria, left wing, off a screen, dribbles up top. And there's a holding foul whistled on Dupre. That'll be his first foul. First team foul on Georgetown. The Hawks will inbound here on the near sideline. No one can decide to do it. The referee drops it and blows the whistle. Inbound across the way. Gregory into the lane, goes up, contested, no good. But a foul whistled there. It'll be on Q Presley. That'll be his first, team second. And that'll send Jace Gregory to the free throw line for 2 shots. The cheering in the background were vampires from the far side of the gym cheering on a foul called on Georgetown. With a minute 17 remaining is Jace Gregory. Misses the first free throw. Presley, Dupre, Cooper Ray, Adrian Brown, and Jaheim Dowd on the floor for Georgetown. Green, Thomas, Gregory, Jace Gregory, Harge, and Longoria on the floor for Hendrickson. Both free throws no good for the Hawks. 1:10 remaining. Adrian Brown to the backcourt. Longoria covers him. Brown across the timeline, all the way up. The runner up, can't get it to go. Tipped out into the hands of Tristan Thomas for the Hawks. Nice take by Adrian Brown, but couldn't get it to go. Catch in the backcourt. Harge across the timeline. 55 seconds remaining. The Hawks lead by 2, 41-39. Harge to the baseline, and he'll be fouled there. It's on the ground. Called on the floor. That'll be Jaheim Dowd's Second personal foul, third team foul on Georgetown. The Hawks will inbound on their own baseline with 48.48 seconds remaining. Here in the third quarter, they lead by 2, 41-39. Thomas to inbound for the Hawks. Can't get it in, does to Longoria off a screen, left baseline three, good. Longoria knocks down the three-pointer to lead up to 5. Longoria, the last 7 points. 30 seconds remaining. Presley drives the baseline. That foul was whistled about 8 seconds late on Cooper Ray. The crowd sold that one to the official who woke up and called it. Not saying it's wrong, it was just way late. At that point, you let that one go if you're not going to call it when it happens. Presley was already driving down the baseline and going for a shot. Hawks have it, leading by 5, 20 seconds remaining. DJ Harge to the right wing, off a screen from Green, step back. Tries to go to Green, does, covered by Cooper Ray, back to Harge. 10 seconds remaining. Harge covered by Brown, will back it out. 7 seconds, Harge gets a high screen. Looks to drive, free throw line stolen by Q. Presley, ball free on the court. Harge has it, nope, Ray has it. And the clock will run out without a shot. Third quarter comes to an end. Hendrickson 44, Georgetown 39. Georgetown Eagle basketball returns in a moment. Hendrickson has the ball, though, inbound of the backcourt to Harge to start quarter number 4 with a 5-point lead, 44-39. Thomas on the right wing. Skip pass over. Longoria left baseline. Quick fire, another three. It's off the backside, no good. Rebound by Presley for Georgetown. Q across the timeline. Up top to Mayhew. Left wing, Lucas Lyle. Fakes on the three. Up top to Presley. Reset. Go down low. Mayhew left block. Gets the pass. Looks to go up, and a foul whistle there. Waved the bucket off by Mayhew. It's going to be whistled on Green. That'll be Green's third personal foul. First team foul on the Hawks. Georgetown will inbound. The inbound pass stolen by Longoria. And with 7.5 minutes left in the ball game, Hendrickson has the ball and leads by 5. Harge will bring it across the timeline, left side to Longoria. The Eagles have changed the defense, a matchup zone type trapping defense as Thomas up top. Harge. They'll back it out, reset over to Gregory, but the pass to Thomas stolen away. But then Hansen's pass stolen away by Harge. Kick it ahead, Longoria left wing into a cutting Gregory. Dumps it down low to Green. Saves it inbounds, kicks it out. Longoria baseline to Gregory. Fires a left wing three. It's off the iron, no good. Battle for the rebound and a foul called on Shaheem Down for Georgetown. 6:58 remaining. That'll be Down's third personal foul. First team foul on Georgetown here in the fourth quarter. Hendrickson will inbound on the baseline. On their own end. Thomas to inbound. Longoria, Green, Harge, and Gregory join Thomas on the floor. Inbound into Gregory. Back down low to Thomas on the right block. Covered by Q Presley. Up top to Harge and reset. 6:50 remaining here in the ball game. Harge calls out the offense. Stays near midcourt. Center of the floor. Right side to Longoria, back to Harge. Playing keep away. Harge drives in, backs it out near midcourt. 6:25 remaining. Harge will try to dribble on Hanson, does, middle of the lane. Goes up and around, Mayhew blocks it, Harge tracks it down in the quarter. Up top to Thomas, reset the offense, and Coach Dvorak will call a timeout with 6:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Quick timeout, Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Come back to Hendrickson High School. We have 6 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the ball game. Hendrickson outscores Georgetown 20-7 in the third quarter to take a 5-point lead into quarter number 4, and we stay there, 44-39. The Hawks to inbound on the far sideline. Out of the timeout. Thomas to inbound. He'll throw it into Harge in the backcourt for the Hawks. He'll track it down and bring it up for the Hendrickson Hawks across the timeline. 6:15 remaining. Picked up by Q Presley. He dribbles out near midcourt. Harge goes down. Green on the left baseline. Left elbow to Longoria. He's triple team. Drops it to Green. His shot no good. Backside rebound. Knocked free from Dupre into the hands of Lyle. And Georgetown has it with 5:55 remaining. Q Presley will bring it across the timeline for Georgetown. Dribbles towards the right wing. He'll kick it across left side to Dupre into the hands of Nick Hansen. Into Mayhew, left elbow, kicks it up top. Dupre straight on three, on the way, off the iron, no good. Q Presley will haul down the rebound. The basket's waved off. The foul will be on the floor on Longoria. And that will be Longoria's first personal foul. Second team foul on the Hawks here in the fourth quarter. Georgetown inbound on the baseline with 5:40 remaining. Q Presley to inbound. He'll throw it into Ryan Presley over to Lyle. Right wing, wide open three. Up, no good. Long rebound. Fouled for and tipped into the hands of Presley. Georgetown saves possession with 5.5 minutes remaining. Q Presley kicks it up top to Dupre. He'll back it out, reset. Lyle on the right wing, but a timeout whistled here. And now, a head official out towards midcourt is going to call a timeout, or blow it dead as he talks to Coach Dvorak, pushing him back into the coach's box. He's going to listen to Coach Dvorak here on the near sideline. And so a coach's box warning issued on Coach Keenan Dvorak of Hendrickson. So the Hawks get that warning. Georgetown will inbound on their own, on the near sideline in front of their own bench. Into Hanson, down low. Mayhew, right block. Doubled up, spins in middle lane. The left-handed jumper, no good. Rebound tip free into the hands of Longoria for Hendrickson. Georgetown has gone cold here in the second half. Trails by 5, 5:10 remaining. Tristan Thomas across the timeline to Longoria right side. Picked up by Presley. Dribbles into the lane. Down low, Jace Gregory. His shot, no good. And it's tipped out of bounds off the Hawks. Into the hands of Georgetown. Longoria called for the tip ball out of bounds. Dupre set to inbound for Georgetown. 5:02 remaining in the ball game. Presley will bring it up for Georgetown. The score remains 44-39 Hendrickson. Presley will give it off to Dupre. He'll go to Lyle, right side. Lucas looks for a cutter, goes down low to Dupre on the right block, covered by Harge. Dribbles the baseline, drops it off to Mayhew. He'll go up. Fouled from behind by Jace Gregory. That'll send Evan Mayhew to the free throw line. That'll be Gregory's second personal foul, third team foul on the Hawks. Mayhew 0 for 2 from the free throw line of the ball game. 4 points thus far. That's the big 6'9" post. Fires his free throw up. No good. 4:41 remaining here in the ball game. Mayhew ready for his second free throw. This one on the way. Off the iron. No good. Chase Gregory with the rebound for the Hawks. Tristan Thomas will bring it across the timeline. 4:35 remaining in the ball game. Covered by Nick Hansen to the right wing. Now backs it out. Hansen tightens it up. Now Thomas drives in. Free throw line. Kicks it out to Hard's left wing. Hawks will try to take air out of the ball. Longoria over to Thomas right side. Covered by Hansen. Thomas dribbles towards the top. Now over to Hards. Top of the key. Out near midcourt. Picks up the dribble. Pressure applied. Gets it off to Thomas. Covered by Dupre. Now double team. And a timeout whistled by Coach Dvorak to save the possession with 4:02 remaining here in the ball game. 44-39 remains your score. Georgetown basketball continues in a moment. .02 remaining here in the ball game. We're at Hendrickson High School, the season opener of district play for Hendrickson and Georgetown. Hendrickson leads at 44-39. Fourth quarter action. No one has scored here in the first half of the fourth quarter. Longoria to inbound for the Hawks. Gets it into Thomas, covered by Hansen. Thomas out near midcourt. Over to Longoria near side, covered by Dupre. Double team, drops it down to Gregory. Backdoor cut by Green, a layup up and in. 46-39. Hawks now by 7. As Green gets his first points of the ball game. Presley, right wing, Dupre drives in, the runner up. Going to be called on the floor. It's going to be whistled on Chase Gregory. That'll be his third personal foul. Or third personal foul by Gregory. 14th foul on the Hawks. Evan Mayhew, Lucas Lyle will check out. Jaheim Dowd, Davin Sedgwick check in for Georgetown. Inbound to Sedgwick, back to Q Presley, right baseline, drives all the way in, up and under. He'll go to the hoop, get the foul call. That'll send Q Presley to the free throw line, and now Jace Gregory has 4 personal fouls. 3 of them here in the fourth quarter. 5 team fouls, so Q Presley to the free throw line. He was fouled in the act of shooting. He has 18 points in the ball game, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Q Presley's first free throw is good. Georgetown finally breaks their scoring drought here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw from Presley up and rattles in. The lead back down to 5, 46-41. Presley with 20. Thomas pressured in the backcourt by Hansen. 3:28 remaining as he dribbles. Across the timeline, here comes the double team. Gives it down low, Green on the baseline, dribbles in, tries to go low, but it's tipped by Dupre out of bounds, so the Hawks will have to inbound with 3:15 remaining. 46-41. Now Mayhew will come back in defensively for Georgetown. Davin Sedgwick for the hike down low. And now a discussion here for the officials, and now the Hawks will inbound. Tristan Thomas to inbound. Tries to get it in, does. Green out on the baseline, up to Longoria, right wing. Here comes the double team, ball stripped free, but into Green's hands. Down low, Longoria kicks it out. Harge has it left wing. Here comes the double team. He'll dribble out of it towards midcourt. Pass stolen by Q Presley. They're going to call a kick ball. It hit his arm. His foot was kicked out there, but it hit his arm. So the ball is dead ball. Goes back over to Hendrickson with 3:02 remaining. 46-41. Hendrickson leads by 5. Thomas to inbound on the near sideline in front of the Hawk bench. Gets it into Hards on the wing, covered by Hansen. Hards doubled up, and there's a foul whistle. Now it's going to get super sensitive there. They're going to call it on Nick Hansen. That'll be his first personal foul, second team foul on Georgetown. 2:57 remaining. Longoria to inbound for the Hawks by the Hawk bench. Longoria does. Thomas on the left baseline. Hansen has him. Here comes the double team. Presley and Hansen. Thomas has it. Bottled up. 5-second violation. Great defense there by Nick Hansen. And the help over by Presley. Turnover on the Hawks. Sedgwick in. Mayhew out for Georgetown. 2:49 remaining in the ball game. 46-41. The Hawks lead by 5. Sedgwick has it. Left wing into the hands of Hansen. Up top, Dowd. Now dribble drive, cuts it, backdoor. Presley up, lays it up, can't get it to go, but draws the foul. They'll whistle it on Tristan Thomas. That'll be his second personal, 16 foul. Presley back to the free throw line for 2 shots. 3 for 4 from the free throw line is Q. His free throw on the way is good. Rattles around and drops for Q. Now with 21 in the ball game. 46-42. Sedgwick will check out. Mayhew back in for Georgetown. Offense, defense. With 2:35 remaining in the ball game. And now Q Presley will get the ball. Get ready to shoot his second free throw here. It's on the way, good. For Q, the lead down to 3 now for the Hawks. 46-43. Inbound to Tristan Thomas in the far corner. The double team comes, full court pressure over to Harge near side. Harge bottled up, throws it across midcourt to Gregory. Ball kicked free, Mayhew with a steal. He'll give it off to Dupre and slow it down as Gregory's pass across the lane. Stolen by the Eagles. Dupre across the timeline, far side. Dribbles on Gregory. Spins free. Picks up the dribble, kicks it out. Hansen right wing, fires the 3. Up, no good. Backside rebound by Gregory. Gives it off to Harge. 2:05 remaining. Near side to Thomas. Here comes the pressure. Thomas dribbles around. Now the baseline to Gregory. Left wing. He'll fire a 3. It's up. No good. Rebound by Mayhew. Evan has it for Georgetown. Gives it off to Dupre with 1:50 remaining. Ahead to Hansen. Skip pass. Presley left baseline. Fakes the 3. Dribbles out towards the wing. Into Mayhew at the left block to a cutting Presley. Layup. Up. Good. Q Presley. Down to a 1-point deficit for Georgetown and a quick timeout by Coach Canfield with 1:41 remaining here in the ball game. 46-45. It's a good one. Georgetown trails by 1. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Back and forth, this game is gone. Teams have taken leads by 7, 8 points, up to 11-12 for Georgetown. And it's now a 1-point ball game with 1:41 remaining. Here in the fourth quarter, Hendrickson 46, Georgetown 45. On the floor for Georgetown, Dupre, Sedgwick, Presley, Hansen, and Dowd. On the floor for Hendrickson, Williams, Thomas, Harge, Esparza, and Longoria. So all your shooters on the court for the Hawks to get ready to be at the free throw line if needed. Williams into Thomas, into the corner, back to Williams. Dribbles against Dowd in the backcourt. Across the timeline, and there's a late whistle whistled on Dowd. That'll be his foul, his 4th. That'll be Georgetown's 3rd team foul. The Hawks will inbound on the near sideline in the backcourt with 1:34 remaining. Inbound to Harge. Harge will bring it up for the Hawks across the timeline. 1.5 minutes remaining. Against Hansen to the right wing. Here comes the double team. Tries to dribble out of it. They trap him in the corner. Harge has it. Skips it over. Esparza into the backcourt. And there's the backcourt violation. Turnover on the Hendrickson Hawks. And Georgetown gets it back with 1:20 remaining. Brown and Mayhew back in. Dowd and Sedgwick out. Green back in. Thomas out. Spears back in. Longoria out for the Hawks. Inbound to the backcourt to Q Presley. Georgetown trails by 1, has the ball. Right side to Presley. On the wing, dribbles against Spears, down to the baseline. Into Mayhew, middle of the lane. He'll go up strong. Gets the bucket and one. It went around 2 or 3 trips and drops for Evan Mayhew. And Georgetown takes the lead. Count the bucket. The foul whistled on number 35. That'll be on Green. His 4th personal foul. And Evan Mayhew gets the bucket and an and-one opportunity. He now has 6 in the ball game. And Georgetown leads it 47-46. Offense-defense subs back in. Mayhew's free throw, a good one, 48-46. Georgetown leads it. Big free throw there by Mayhew. He now has 7. Timeout by Coach David Canfield with 1:05 remaining here in the ball game. Georgetown leads it by 2. Georgetown Eagle basketball continues in a minute. Here live, 1:05 remaining in the ball game. Georgetown by 2. We're at Hendrickson High School. Hendrickson will inbound on the Georgetown baseline. Trailing by 2. The Eagle defense will fall back as Harge will bring it up for the Hawks. Harge across the timeline. 1 minute remaining in the ball game. 1 minute as Harge dribbles. Top of the key to Thomas. Looks right wing, looks low, back to Harge left wing. Harge covered by Hansen, looks for a screen from Thomas, gets it. Defense swaps, kick it over to Williams, into Thomas in the lane. He'll go up, contested, can't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line. They'll call the foul here on Evan Mayhew. That'll be Evan's first personal foul, 4th team foul on Georgetown. But Tristan Thomas will go to the free throw line for the Hawks. This is his first trip. He has 2 points in the ball game. Thomas ready to go. 42.18 seconds remaining in the ball game. 2 free throws here, chance to tie it up. Thomas's first free throw is good. Thomas now with 3, only the 3rd point of the quarter for the Hawks as they went in to kind of deflate the ball, take the air out of it, and slow things down. But now they trail by 1 with 42 seconds left. Sedgwick out. Thomas, the dribble, sets, ready to fire. The second free throw on the way is good. Tie ball game, 48-48. Big shots there by Tristan Thomas to tie it up. Substitutions here, Harge and Longoria out. Spears and Green in. Georgetown has Dupre, Presley, Hansen, Mayhew, and Dowd on the floor. Georgetown will play it out here with 38 seconds remaining. Dupre across the timeline. Over to Presley near side. The Eagles will take the air out of it. Try to take the last shot here. 25 seconds remaining. Presley holds it near side. Skip it over. Dupre left side. Dupre back to Presley near side. 18 seconds remaining. Pressure now by Spears. Presley dribbles around him. Will back it back out. We'll give it off to Hansen. 10 seconds remaining. Down to Mayhew. Up top Presley. Over to Dupre. And he throws it over to the corner. But Hanson not ready there. It kind of went away as Dowd was setting a screen. Not sure who it was going to. And the ball turned over. And with 5.3 seconds remaining, the Hawks will inbound on Georgetown's end of the floor. Harge, Thomas, Williams, Longoria, and Esparza on the floor for the Hawks. Presley, Hanson, Brown on the floor with Sedgwick and Dupre. Harge across the timeline, behind the back dribble. Steph Curry shot blocked. And we go to overtime. 48-48 your score at the end of 4 quarters. That's not enough. You get free basketball. Georgetown basketball continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. Go to the overtime session. Spears will face off against Mayhew to jump it off here for overtime. 48-48, 4 minutes on the clock. The ball is up. Mayhew will tip it back into the hands of Q Presley. Georgetown will have the opening possession to start the overtime. Starting 5 on the floor for Georgetown. Q across the timeline. Picked up by Spears, right wing to Hanson, back to Presley. Dribbles to the left side, reach in foul by Spears, and that's his 5th personal foul. Spears is gone with 5 personal fouls. Georgetown will stay in the bonus. Q Presley go to the free throw line. Spears over to shake hands with Coach Canfield. Presley with 24 in the ball game to this point. Heads to the free throw line where he's 5 for 6 in the ball game. Green will come out. Esparza, Longoria, Thomas, Williams, and Harge on the floor for the Hawks. Q Presley to the free throw line for Georgetown. First free throw up and good. 49-48. Georgetown by 1. I forgot to change it. Let me get it fixed here. We're not in the 4th quarter. We are in overtime. Q's second free throw is good. Georgetown leads by 2. 26 points in the ball game for Q Presley. Trey Williams will bring it across the timeline. 3:33 remaining as he crosses the midcourt stripe. Harge on the left wing extended. Off a screen, top of the key, backs it out, reset over to Williams left wing. Fakes, drives in, kicks it out. Longoria drives the baseline. Picks up the dribble, covered by Mayhew. Into the lane to Williams, loses it. He'll back it out and reset. 3:15 remaining. Georgetown by 2 here in the overtime. Thomas off a screen from Williams, top of the key. Kicks it over right side. Harge fakes the deep 3, drives in, but he's going to be fouled on the floor by Nick Hanson. That'll be Hanson's 2nd personal foul. And that'll send DJ Harge to the free throw line for the bonus free throws. Harge with 9 points in the ball game. First time to the free throw line for DJ. With 3:04 remaining in the overtime. First free throw. Can't get it to go. It rattles around back and forth and rolls off. He looks as surprised as anybody that it didn't go in. Green back on for Longoria. Dowd in for Sedgwick for Georgetown. DJ Harge ready for his 2nd free throw attempt. This one on the way is good. The lead back to 1 now for Georgetown as Harge knocks down his 10th point of the ball game. 50-49, Georgetown leads it. Full court pressure being applied here by the Hawks. Dupre to inbound, gets it into Presley. And now they'll drop back after the inbound. Q will dribble up against Trey Williams. Across the timeline, 2:55 remaining. Right side to Dowd. He'll dribble up top, covered by Thomas. Spins out from Thomas, tries to drive all the way in, does. The runner up, no good. But a foul whistle there as Dowd wore Thomas all the way to the bucket. That'll be Thomas's third personal foul. And Jaheim Dowd will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Dowd with 2 points in the ball game. Goes to the free throw line for the first time. First free throw from Jaheim, off the rim, no good. 2:45 remaining in the ball game. Longoria back in for the Hawks for Green. And now DJ Harch gives directions, and Jace Gregory will check out for the Hawks as well. Jaheim Dowd readies for his second free throw attempt on the way. This one is good. Georgetown back up by 2. Dowd out, Sedgwick in for Georgetown. So Georgetown by 2, 2:45 remaining. Trey Williams will bring it up for the Hawks. Here in the overtime period across the timeline, left side to Harge. Harge off a screen, up top, backs it out, right wing Longoria into the hands of Thomas on the baseline. Picks up the dribble, tries to get rid of it, does in the corner. Longoria will find our corner 3, knocks it down. They take a 1-point lead, 52-51. Longoria with 10 in the ball game. And a foul whistled here on the near side as Esparza will foul Q Presley, and that'll send him to the free throw line for 2 shots. Esparza's first personal foul. Q Presley. 7 of 8 from the line tonight with 26 on the ball game. First free throw on the way, and he gets the kind roll. Tie ball game, 52-52. Offensive, defensive subs here. Evan Meahy will come out. Jaheim Dowd back on for Georgetown. Q Presley back to the free throw line. Second free throw short off the front iron. And a rebound into the hands of Longoria. Stolen away by Q Presley. Battle on the floor. And it's going to be a jump ball. Whistled on the far side. Coach Canfield trying to get the timeout as soon as Q Presley dove. A discussion here. They're going to say no possession was had, so a jump ball. On the jump ball, it goes right back over to the Hawks. 52-52. 2:13 remaining. Inbound to Trey Williams. The Hawks have it. Back to Thomas across the timeline. Dribbles towards the center of the floor with 2 minutes remaining in the overtime period. 2 minutes remaining. Thomas right side to Esparza, covered by Sedgwick. Dribbles all the way in, left wing, gives it to Harge, fires a quick 3. It's up, it's good. DJ Harge knocks down the big 3. I'm surprised the technical wasn't given there. If an official would have seen it, he went down to the Georgetown bench and was yelling at the Eagles. Harge fired up, a big 3 there, and it's a 55-52 lead for the Hawks. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. DJ Harge gives the Hawks a 3-point lead on a big 3-pointer from the left wing. Let the Georgetown Eagles know about it. Going into that timeout, 1:47 remaining. Harge now with 13 of the ball game. And the Hawks a 3-point lead here in overtime with 1:40 remaining. Presley right wing into the hands of Hansen. Gives it off to Dupre. Back up top to Presley. Skipping around Sedgwick to Dowd on the left wing. Skip pass over. Presley right baseline. Quick fire at three. It's up. It's good! Hugh Presley evens it up at 55. 1:20 remaining. Trey Williams will bring it across the timeline for the Hawks. Over to Esparza on the left side, covered by Sedgwick. Esparza dribbles in, circles out, back out towards midcourt stripe with 1:05 remaining. Trey Williams now has it. 1 minute remaining in the overtime. 1 minute. Williams kicks it over to Thomas out near midcourt, far side. Now to Esparza near side. Covered by Dowd. 50 seconds remaining as they play the Harlem Globetrotters weave. Thomas over to Esparza right side. Dribbles out of pressure, down low. Ball kicked free into the hands of Sedgwick. Georgetown has it with 35 seconds remaining in a tie score. Presley across the timeline. Fakes the pass. And now Coach Canfield will take his time out in the overtime with 31.33 seconds remaining. Georgetown will have the ball on their end of the floor and a chance to win it. 55-55, Eagle basketball continues. Out of the timeout, Georgetown will inbound on the near sideline in front of their own bench with 31.33 seconds remaining. Hansen, Dowd, Sedgwick, Presley, and Dupre on the floor for Georgetown. Trey Williams, Gregory, Thomas, Green, and Esparza on the floor for the Hawks. Sedgwick over to Dowd. Back up top to Hansen with 18 seconds remaining. Now to Sedgwick, right wing to Q Presley. He'll drive baseline, spin in, runner up off the glass, can't get it to go. Ball tipped out. Presley has it. He'll dribble it out and reset. Goes down low, backdoor cut to Sedgwick, but he's on the end line. Turnover on Georgetown with 6.43 seconds remaining. Longoria subs in for Green for the Hawks. Harge in for Esparza. And now Coach Dvorak will take his timeout. 6.43 seconds remaining. The Hawks will inbound and have to take it the length of the court to try to get up a shot to win it here in overtime. Georgetown basketball presented by Mack Hike Dodge and Mack Hike Ford of Georgetown continues in a moment. Mack Hike Ford Lincoln of Georgetown and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram proudly present Georgetown Eagle basketball as they sponsor Georgetown Eagle basketball here on the SHN Sports Network, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting. Go out and visit our friends there at Mack Hike Ford Lincoln and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Georgetown. 6.43 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Georgetown 55, Hendrickson 55. The Hawks will inbound. On the full, they got to go the full length of the court to get off a shot. Harge to inbound. Tries to get it to Williams and does. Williams cut off, skips it down low. Hines left wide open. He lays it up and in. Eagles throw it down the court. Sedgwick will try to put up a shot. It's after the buzzer and the ball game's open. over 57-55. The Hawks win it to go to 1-0 in district. Georgetown will fall to 11-8 overall and 0-1 in district play. Quick timeout. We'll come back, wrap it up. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Back here live at Hendrickson High School in overtime. The Hendrickson Hawks win it 57-55 over your Georgetown Eagles. Q Presley ends the ball game with 30 points on the night to lead Georgetown in a losing effort. Hendrickson improves to 5-13 overall, 1-0 in district play. Georgetown falls to 11-8 on the season and 0-1 in district play. The next action for Georgetown will be in the Fredericksburg tournament this next weekend after the Christmas Day. They'll start on the 27th there, and then we'll be back live on New Year's Eve at Georgetown for the Elgin Wildcat battle at Georgetown High School at 1 p.m. We'll be live at 12:45 to bring you the pregame of that one. But Georgetown falls on a buzzer beater by Hines to win it 57-55 in overtime over your Georgetown Eagles. Scoring for the Hawks. 10 for Longoria off the bench, 2 for Green, 3 for Esparza, 4 for Spears. For the starters, 2 for Gregory, 4 for Thomas, 10 for Williams, 9 for Hines, and 13 for DJ Harge to lead the Hawks. For the Georgetown Eagles, 3 points off the bench for Lucas Lyle, 3 for Jaheim Dowd. The starters, Evan Mayhew had 7, Ryan Dupre had 12, and Q Presley finished with 30 points in the ball game. Georgetown falls 57-55 in overtime to the Hawks here at Hendrickson High School. Thanks for joining us live here today on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. Brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting and sponsored by Mack Hike, Ford Lincoln, and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Thanks for joining us. Remember, have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the break. We'll be back New Year's Eve. 1 p.m. will be the tip, 12:45 pregame for more Eagle basketball here on the SHN Sports Network. Thanks for joining us. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.